Hey everybody, how you doing, Amybeth?
Happy Friday, Andrew. How are you?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
So yes,
That would be East Coast, West Coast in the house.
yeah, a little bit earlier this time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Right. I appreciate that.
And then to remind those who are coming in, you are here for exploring partner models and Adobe Firefly. A lot of great partner models. There are plenty. So let's
just give everybody a little time.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Let us know where you're watching from. Okay. And then for those who are watching from Facebook, please give StreamYard permission to show your name and profile pic so that I'll be able to credit you when you comment or ask questions. StreamYard.com/Facebook. You should see that in the link under the live. Okay. We got some people coming in.
Happy Friday.
Estelle.
South of France.
Nice.
I'm going to drop my hello in there. New York City.
Hello from NYC.
Boogie Down Bronx, if you want to be specific.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, we got lots to show. So let's jump on in. And I'm going to start with being in the Firefly kind of workspace itself. And then Amybeth is going to show you the magic of Firefly boards with partner models for both. Yeah. And then we have Kevin is here, San Francisco on LinkedIn. Good to see you here, Kevin. Always see him on LinkedIn.
Hi, Kevin.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Okay. You can start generating images, correct, Amybeth?
I can see you.
Okay. Yes. So I'm in the text to image part of Adobe Firefly, where you can get there by going to firefly.adobe.com. And so as you can see here in the top left, the model says Firefly Image 3. Once you click, it also tells you that there's Firefly Image 4, a more up-to-date one, and then even a Firefly Image 4 Ultra, superior quality and detail. And then underneath is a whole slew of partner models. So starting with Flux 1.1 Pro, which is the Pro high-res 1K images. You'll notice that it has options for the aspect ratio, but it does not have an area where you can click to have a reference image. So for this one, I'm just going to put in the prompt I'm going to use with the series of the different partner models, just to kind of give you an idea. So imagine me as a guardian of the threshold between reality and wild imagination, with the bridge morphing into a surreal portal. So this one, like I said, since it does not have the ability to choose a reference image, is just creating it from scratch. So, so it's created this kind of cookie thing. And I always go up to the top right, download it. You can save it to favorites, bottom right. If you click the share options on the bottom, you can copy the image to video, open in Photoshop Web or Open Express. And then on the top left, you go to edit, there's generative fill. And so different partner models have different options. Okay, so that is the Flux 1.1 Pro. So now if I go to the Flux 1.1 Ultra, make sure I choose the square for aspect ratio, you do see that there is now a reference image. So if I go here, go to your device, I can go to today's live and choose an image of me on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco from years ago. You can see at the bottom, it tells you there is a reference image, and then the same prompt, imagine me as a guardian of the threshold between reality and wild imagination, with the bridge morphing into a surreal portal. So let's see if it took a regular photo of me standing on the Golden Gate Bridge and what it will become. Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so click on it for larger. So here I am.
Sweet. I'd say you're ready for Halloween, right?
That's right. It's October here. So
Right. So
Okay, so
I'd
that's
save that one.
Flux 1.1 Ultra. So I'm going to just do a couple more before I hand it off over to Amybeth. So now we're going to try the Flux 1.1 Ultra Raw. And as you can see, when I go back, it says natural candid photos. So we'll see. So you have to upload the reference image again. I'm keeping the same prompt. I hit generate, and it's going to imagine me as a guardian of the threshold between reality and imagination. Pretty quick though. So it just kind of shimmers to show you that it's doesn't really the one thing I've noticed with the Flux though is not it's
The
not referencing
consistent
me too
character
well.
is not as accurate.
Yeah, it's not really referencing me. It's kind of just putting someone there. Okay, so let's see. And that was Pro, Ultra, Raw. Then we'll try Flux Kontext Max. Once again, I have to upload a reference image, which is pretty much just a reference for composition since it's not isolating me in any way. Try that again. So Flux Kontext Max. And if I hover over, that just says performs well at high speed. Not much of a descriptive. Now that one kept the image of me. So that looks a lot
I see
like
the
more.
resemblance.
Yeah, that's the way I look in the photo a lot. Even the shoes. It's got my leather jacket. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And then maybe I'll do just one more, the Flux Kontext Pro. Once again, you have to go down to the reference image area, choose from your device, and then I'm just going to paste that same prompt and just see what it does under the Flux Kontext Pro. I see that Andy Nichols is here from the Wet UK. Yeah. So this is interesting. It turned me around. So I'm looking at the portal. It's interesting. So that's what's so much fun about this. You never know what you're going to get. So let me go back. Let Amybeth share. So Amybeth is going to be going into the Firefly boards. So I'm sharing your screen now, Amybeth.
Okay. So hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I basically have a collage of photos, some of them generated with a lot of the partner models. I was going to show you how to use them in Firefly boards. And for those of you who have not begun to experiment with Firefly boards, if I go back, you can still see my screen?
Yep. Welcome to boards,
Okay.
Amybeth. Yep.
Okay, great. So under the Firefly, in the Firefly interface, when you click on Firefly, you're going to see this new left-hand panel down the side. And there's your home screen. And you can see that it says boards new. And there is a lot of new features that have been recently added to board. You're able to store your files in file folders now. And here would be the artist gallery, where I'm sure you could find lots of Drew's creations, because he's made a lot of beautiful creations that I've stumbled upon in Firefly boards. So boards have a variety of uses, and they're basically, you can use them for mood boarding, and you could experiment with all of the partner presets. You can create videos from them. So I wanted to give you a little demonstration, just like Andrew was doing, of how to use all the different models inside Firefly boards. So you can start a new board, right? So you can create a new board. You can see this up here. And then you can look at different sample boards that they have, film projects for video. But I'm going to open a board. I've already begun this board, and I've basically just started adding a bunch of different images. And so when you get onto boards, this is basically like your direct selection tool. It allows you to select and move around different images. This is your artboard tool, very familiar to the icon that you would see in Illustrator, or the Pages tool that you would see in InDesign, or the artboard tool that you're familiar with if you use Photoshop. Your text tool, because you can also actually write annotations right on images. And here is another place to add your own image or upload images. But Boards is really cool because you can actually just like even open your Photos app on your computer, or drag right from your desktop onto Boards. And the really cool thing about Boards, and this is something that they've just added a lot of features to recently, is wait, let me close this down here. So by default, the contextual toolbar, which you'll always see at the bottom of the Boards interface, will have a generate image, right? And they're very similar to when you're in Firefly. You can generate an image, you can upload style and composition. And here is one place where you could also see all of the different partner models inside of Boards. So very similar to just the Firefly interface. You could also choose which model that you want. The really cool thing about Boards is once you do choose a model, you could sample right from the canvas and then choose the model as well. You also have the creative opportunity to choose the aspect ratio of your board and the content type. So you could choose photo or art, or you could let the partner model choose for you. Here, if you click generation settings, it'll also show you, just a bigger thumbnail view of the settings underneath on the bottom. But one of the really cool features that I'm really enjoying inside Boards, and which is new, is this little presets button. So when you click on presets, it's a lot of like, styles, and each style, as you could see, if you look at Mashup, it's got a little G on it because it uses the Google Nano Banana. If you look at the logo maker, you could see that it has a ChatGPT icon on there. Again, virtual try-on. And each different preset uses some of the different partner models as well. So it's a really simple way to start experimenting. You can see down here with the Cartoonify, it's using the Flux. This is the icon for Flux Connect. Firefly, we're all familiar with, et cetera, et cetera. So as you go through these presets, and they're really a great starting place. You could see there's one to colorize your photo, add to a scene, create a sketch. And so I've used some of these too, and I've really had a lot of fun playing with them. So to begin with, right, I'm going to just start again. So you could just drag things on a board. I've got no necessarily order to this. And this was a headshot that I did at Adobe Max last year. And I like it, but it's kind of fun, kind of bright, but it's really not, the professional headshot that I'd really like. So under presets, I noticed that there was something that said polished. So let me go down to polished, and it's really easy to use these presets. You don't have to choose which partner model you want. They sort of choose the best one for the preset that you're using. So if I click on polished, you're going to see that there's a little eyedropper here at the bottom. So I could just click the eyedropper, click on my image, and it's going to add that. And then no prompt necessary. If I hit generate, it's just going to start generate. It's going to generate some new polished images of me, hopefully maybe one that I could use in a headshot. So, and you can see right here, you see the little glowing dot. That means that Nano Banana is thinking. And I found that this is also pretty quick as well. So let's see. So when you click on it, it'll say place on canvas. I could just, and it actually put me in a Polaroid. That's pretty good.
Pretty creative, yeah.
Yeah, pretty creative. So I'm gonna, as a comparison, you can see it even has my little signature Adobe earrings there. And I just wanted to show you some of the other examples that it made of me. I like that one. It's pretty professional. This one right here, if I move this around, is pretty professional as well. And all of these were made using the partner model Gemini, with the simple preset for polished, and I thought that was really cool itself. But let's along Andrew's guideline, Andrew's lead. Let's compare different prompts and just see how they go. And so you could see I was really having a lot of fun with just images of me. You could see I was just shopping for my new iPhone. So I had a picture of me and Nano Banana, at the Apple store with my new
Banana
orange
follows us wherever we go.
Yes, he does. Look, and Nana, Banana, and me back in the '80s in my bright pink, disco suit with the shoulders. I love it. How can you not love it? But one of the things that I was really impressed with, and I'm sorry for moving around. So I really like the fact that you can also do mashups in here. So, you're able to use more than one picture to combine them together. So how did I do this picture down here? And I put myself right in the sunset. And this is actually my morning commute, Andrew. This is the Throgs Neck Bridge in New York. And
Beautiful.
I take a ferry down to Wall Street in the morning, and I do get to look at some amazing sunsets.
Beautiful.
So I could either do mashup, or I could try to, so let me go generate image. I am going to, so I'm going to use a preset. And I believe that for mashup, it's also going to use Gemini, Nano, Banana, but you can put up to 4 images in one picture here. So I really like that as well. So just like compared to, I'll use another preset after this, but I'm going to take my image 1. I'm just going to choose it with the eyedropper. He's my reference image 1. I'm going to take this picture of me in Times Square because not too far from, and then I'm just going to hit generate, and I'm going to, and I could also ask it to put me, with prompts in Times Square as well. But let's see. Under the bridge. And I believe that's how I got this one. But I know we want to compare different partner models and see how they work as well. But, see, this one didn't do that good with the harmonize, right? But it did put me under the bridge, still pretty cool. Oh, it put me on a brick path in front of the bridge, but still really cool as well. Yeah. So let's try and use a different partner model and combine 2 images on boards as well. So I'm just going to go generate image. I'm going to choose, I believe that Flux Kontext Pro allows you to choose more than one image again. So I'm going to click my first image, use as a reference image. Again, I could click a second image, and I'm going to write, make me standing in front of the bridge. And let's see which partner model does it better. And I like boards because it's like really quick. And I find that, there's just so many, with all the presets, there's just like a variety of different, all right. Well, it put me in front of the bridge with a different, similar sunset, right? On a walk, that's a pretty nice picture too, though. I'll zoom in so you guys can see both of them. So again, it put me in my little denim outfit. And again, I think my face isn't as close to what I look like. Actually, this one, not either as well. but it did a pretty good job mashing up the pictures as well. So how do the different partner models? I'll just do one more cute little trick and then I will hand it back to you. I'm going to just slide over this way. Again, here's me in a bunch of different scenes. But this was a, whoops, sorry about that. This was a real use case scenario where a friend of mine said, hey, they want to charge me like $300. I mean, not that I would do this, but it was for one of my closest friends to, you know, to pay for my, they were boarded and to pay for my dog's, you know, portrait pictures or whatever. Is there any way that you can make this image sharper and remove these watermarks? And normally, like if you looked at a picture like this, you would say no. And again, this is for personal use. This is not for resale, you know, just trying to help out a friend. So I'm going to go to generate image and let's try this with a few different models. So I'm going to go back and the first one I'm going to try is, Andrew, which one do you want to see first? You want to compare Firefly to, all right, so we'll try Firefly first.
That's a good idea.
And I'm going to say remove, just very simply, remove the watermark. And so basically we're comparing how also the different models interpret prompts, right? So it's also, you know, the very simple language of prompting that we also want to compare how they interpret the prompt. So I'm just going to say use, see, I can't even use this as a, let me just use this as a style reference or composition reference, I guess it should be. I'm going to use it both. And then I'm just going to keep it portrait because it is portrait. And I'm going to hit generate. And let's see what, oh, see, it's giving me 4 generations. And let's see what Firefly. And so the nice thing is you can move around. Sort of gave me a cat and a dog here. Right? So definitely that is not my friend's pets. Look at, all right, I'm just going to show this one. This is a lion and a dog that does look kind of similar. But okay, so Firefly didn't necessarily interpret the prompt that well. So I'm just going to leave this here. So now I'm going to go back and I'm just going to change this to Gemini because I'm pretty sure that Nano Banana, for whatever reason, I find that, yeah, that Nano Banana and Flux is really good for in-context editing. So I'm just going to click, uses image reference, right? And you can see also it has, so Nano Banana can also describe your image. So if you're looking for a prompt for your image, it also can analyze the image and give you a prompt for your image. So I'm just going to hit generate with just remove the watermarks. I just want to make sure that I have this image. There we go. Use as an image reference. And then you could see there's no aspect ratio for Nano Banana. It's sort of basically, oh, did I have the wrong one chosen? I don't know. Well, we will see. Oh, wait. But wait, there's more. Nope, I did. I had the right one. So I'm just going to click on this and I will put this right here and then move this over. And so you could see that Nano Banana did an incredible job at making that image in one prompt, high resolution, and removing the watermark. So very nice. Yep. Pretty freaking impressive, right? So cool. In my opinion, it just interprets simple learning language prompts very clearly. So you don't have to be a prompt master. You can basically just give it simple directions, and it's really good. Do you want to go back, Andrew, and then I can come back and
Sure.
do something?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, great. That was very cool. So Kevin says Firefly won't allow you to tweak your own photos because it has to be part of stock for copyright protection. Yeah, yeah, it's much more strict compared to the other partner models,
Right,
but you have a choice. You want to be commercially
right,
safe, or do you want to kind of let yourself go and have no boundaries? So
right. And,
and
and depending, I just want to say also, depending on whether it's a client-facing project, then I would choose something commercially safe, like Andrew said, like Firefly, where there were rights and image managements to be concerned about. But if I'm just experimenting or creating one-offs where I can use my creativity, to composite with my imagination, then I'm okay.
cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the view over to the full screen so you can see more. Yep. So make sure I have the correct prompt again. I want that same prompt. And just go here. Right. Okay. So we left off at Flux Kontext Pro. So now I'm going to one of my favorites, the Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. And then, it's treating like a new model, therefore a new space, a new prompt. So I will upload that image again. But before I do, I just wanted to show you what it looked like originally. So that's me back in the day on the Golden Gate Bridge, my leather jacket. And so I'm going to transform that into something crazy by adding the prompt. Imagine me as a guardian of the threshold between reality and wild imagination, the bridge morphing into a surreal portal, utilizing Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. So this is Nano Banana's turn. Pretty psychedelic. So kept a nice pose, put a little glow around it, and kept a nice depiction of the Golden Gate Bridge, and just added this kind of new world around it. That's a good one. So I like that one. And but yeah, the one thing that Amybeth had talked about before with the boards was the one thing that's interesting is Nano Banana in while doing this does not give me the option to change the aspect ratio.
Mm.
So that's a little frustrating. So yeah, on the bottom right, you have different prompt features or suggestions if you wanted to change it. But let me just kind of go to the next one. So if I go to GPT Image, I do have aspect ratio, so I can change it from square. Well, I want to keep it to square, but portrait or landscape. You can choose an image as reference. Once again, the same concept, be on the bridge. And then that same prompt, guardian of the threshold between reality and imagination. And this is with the GPT image, like Chat GPT. I like the one above, the Nano Banana. That's pretty fun.
I
Some
did
nice
too.
kind of psychedelic details. So I can submit this, Hopefully I didn't derail the GPT image being made. I think you can do two things at once. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it kind of, so if you see this one, it's a good depiction of me. This one distorted, made me look a little bit tough here. So I kind of like the watercolor style effect behind, but the depiction of me is kind of weird. And then from there, there's Imagen 3. And then over here is where you put the subject reference. Same idea. Go to that image of me on the bridge. Make sure you repost the prompt, hit generate. And so with Imagen 3, Google Imagen 3, we'll see how it does transforming my image on the bridge. Whoa. So Imagen 3 kind of went off on its own and turned me into another kind of character creature, completely changed the bridge as well. But it's interesting. Just, I mean, that's a fun part of it, is just to see what it'll do. So then we have Imagen 4. It says diverse art styles, set square aspect ratio. Now this one does not let me choose a reference image, so that's a bit frustrating. So same exact prompt, guardian of the threshold, but no access to a reference image. But it's pretty creative. They just need to give us the ability to choose a reference image too. And then from Imagen 4, the last one is Runway Gen 4 image. And that also lets you choose the aspect ratio, but does not let you choose a reference image for composition. So it's kind of, a mix. Some of them let you choose a solid reference image, will add as best as possible a realistic interpretation of you with a new background. Some of them don't even let you put in a reference image and will just give you a kind of fantasy image. A lot of fun though, a lot of different styles. Like that's very different too. So different kind of bridge, different. So, and then before we jump back in and let Amybeth do some more, I'm going to just try a different prompt. I'm going to go back to starting off with my favorite Gemini 2.5. So same idea. I'm going to use that same reference image, be on the Golden Gate Bridge, same prompt. No, different prompt, of course. So paste the new prompt, convert the scene into a retro comic book, using that same type of image with Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. So convert the scene into a retro comic book panel with me as the protagonist escaping a pixel storm. It's interesting. So yeah, it becomes like a comic book. The type is pretty nice. It's nice and clear. It'd be good if, I imagine if I were to put in what I want the type to be, it probably would have put in exact wording. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I'm curious to see just one more. Do you remember which out of all of these was kind of most successful? And there's so many. Imagine.
Oh, I like that one, Andrew, a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's another good one. Yeah, some of them don't even let you use the reference. So I'm trying to. These are the earlier ones, Firefly Flux.
Very nice. I like
Gemini.
that.
So this is Firefly GPT. Maybe I'll try just real quick the Firefly GPT with the new prompt and or just GPT image in Firefly. And then here's the same prompt, convert the scene into a retro comic book. And let's see if it doesn't make me look like a brute again. And this one, it chose landscape. I kind of want it to be square though, but that's one thing that's a bit frustrating. Once it's started, you can't really change the aspect ratio. You might have to do a quick generation after this and then hand it back over to you.
That's fine. I feel like when I do that, I just watch my credits go ching, 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 ching.
So this one really made that cool. Yeah.
I like that. Completely retro. So typical ChatGPT style, right?
Yeah, exactly. So choose the Golden Gate Bridge. This one with the convert scene to retro comic book. This time, choose square aspect ratio and just do a quick generate. But that one really kind of took over the comic book one, where the previous one, which was, I believe that was Gemini Nano Banana, that mixed kind of like photography with a comic
I
book
like
style.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, always a surprise. That's what I love about creating with this is it's like having a genie that you say, fulfill my wish, give me this, but then at the same time the genie says, but I'll have to give my own spin on it, so you always get surprised. So here it goes, convert the scene. Oh, that's pretty cool. Bit of a brute again, but it's a nice comic
Very
book
cool.
style. It has that nice texture. Yeah, cool.
You got that that halftone
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
going on with the dots.
I like that. Cool. Nice. Okay. So let me add your stage back. There we go.
Okay. I tend to like just what happens with me is my ADD really happens, and I'm
Really?
like, what am I doing with this? Right. Yeah, I know. So many different things. And again, so many different presets. But again, what I'm gonna do is we'll compare just the regular prompting. So here's another real life scenario. Like one of the things I do on the side is I do like logos for boats, and so a client of mine was like, "Hey, I want to incorporate my dog into the logo of my boat, and I want to put a fish in his mouth." Right. So along with the simple vector lettering that he wanted for the side of the boat, there's many ways to make illustrations. Photos, Nano Banana inside Photoshop is really good at this too. But let's just try this we're going to compare Flux, Nano, and and ChatGPT and Audiogram and see what they come up with. So let's see what Flux Kontext Pro comes up with. And again, simple prompting. I'm just going to write, create a cartoon illustration and place a fish in the dog's mouth and see what it comes up with. And then at the same time, I will also queue up Nano Banana. All right. Again, I have the same reference image, so it allows you to choose actually more than one reference image. So well, this one looks like he's got. All right, so we'll just add this to Canvas. So again, this was, and you can see if you don't, the content credentials are always attached in Adobe. So I really like that. So, you could always, but
So
this one looks
satisfying
like,
how quickly it transforms.
yeah, he's catching. It looks like he's catching a fish. The fish looks like he's trying to jump out of his mouth. Right.
Yeah,
Place a fish in the dog's mouth. So let's try it with Nano, and let's also cue ChatGPT. And maybe it won't let me do it while it's queuing. Oh, there it goes. I guess it's finished, and I'm gonna also queue up. So this one, it didn't even illustrate it. Oh, it illustrated my fish. Well, that's not very good. All right. The actual one came out really good, but let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Not what I was looking for either. In the real case scenario, I actually did it in Photoshop, and it came out using Nano Banana, and it came out really good. But again, you could just see the different types of styles that each one of these. So let me just try here, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go back to Nano Banana, right, and say, let me get rid of this and illustrate the entire image. And let's just see what it comes up with. And I like it because it's pretty quick. And I feel like, again, along with like, just for some reason, it is not liking this image this go around. But when Andrew's going, I could actually find my final result. It came out really good. But one other really cool feature of boards, and I know we're comparing different partner models, but one of the features inside boards is also so the presets. So when you click on an image, so again, I believe somebody was commenting about editing, in image editing. So when you click on an image, and I'm just going to zoom in here because this is just a flattened image. Whoops, sorry about the jumping there. And so there's two contextual toolbars in boards. There's one at the bottom, but when you click on an image, you're also going to get this at top. So I could load my prompt for this. I could do variations, and variations, when I hit variations, it's gonna actually make like about 16 more variations of this. Or I can say edit. And what boards also allows me to do, which is really cool, is you could actually edit text inside of images, right? So I could do generative expand inside boards, edit with Flux Kontext Pro, edit with Nano Banana, so you could also do in-image editing inside of boards. So, but I'm going to just show you if I say edit text, right? So it's finding the text inside my image, and I'm going to change this to Drew Cav Live, right? Because that's you, Drew. And I'm going to hit generate. And let's see what it does. There you go. And that's pretty cool, right? That it actually does changes the entire image, preserves the shadows and editing on an image as well. But in Drew's fashion, I'm going to slide over here. And this is actually a picture from this weekend. It was in Atlantic City. But I am going to generate an image with this image, use as a reference image. Let me get rid of this little doggy. And I will just compare two models with Drew's. What's that?
Amybeth, real quick, I just wanted to state a comment by Abba Shapiro, which I agree with, which is AI seems to never create the same image twice, making it a challenge to demo. Thanks for sharing your experience with all of these.
Yeah, which is another perfect example, right? But I'm going to use a fantasy prompt along with Andrew's style of portraits. Cool. So let's see if this can turn me into an epic fantasy portrait of a warrior queen riding a majestic dragon, right? Cool. So, yeah. Let me see. And then I'll just do Nana. I'll use Imagen, and I pronounce it Imagen. Yeah. Imagen, and then ideogram. Do you use that one, Andrew?
Which one?
Ideogram. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I
dabbled with it. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So there I am as a dragon queen. Oh, I kind of like that. See, again, Andrew, I'm looking pretty fierce.
Yeah, it's wild.
I look kind of mean, though. Oh, or I think that's just the lighting.
Well, you got to be tough. You got to be tough to ride.
You got to be tough if you're riding dragons, right?
Yep.
So let me just do one more. So let's just see what Runway Gen 4, right? Image. So Runway is really good. Also has a real good video model, right? But let's just see. Oh, and look. So some of the models allow you to choose the aspect ratio.
Yeah, the dragon is pretty cool too.
Yeah, the dragon is actually beautiful. Let's see what Runway comes up with. Yeah, it is. It makes it super hard to demo. I demoed the other night for a bunch of students, and it doesn't matter. Oh, it says they're having trouble. Try again. Let me try again. Please try. Oh, I thought it said please try again in a few months. Come back in a few months.
What?
Our servers are backed up. Oh, look at that. I wonder if it's the Runway server. Let's try real quick, and then I'll throw it back over in your court. Let's try ideogram and see what that one comes up with. Again, I can choose the aspect ratio. I can sample from Canvas, which I really like. I can see my generation settings on the side, which this is also my generation. This is also the properties. It shows me the size of my image, right? The different blending modes that I can apply. And here is also my generation history. But I'm going to go back to my generation settings. Again, bigger thumbnails. I'm just going to use ideogram 3.0. And let's see if that server is busy. You're right. That's a good point.
Oh, I see it pop up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, it put me in the window in Atlantic City in my warrior suit. I don't see a dragon, right? But, you know, definitely got some of my tattoos and the purple highlights going on. So, yeah. All right. I mean, do you want me to do one more, or do you want to go?
Sure.
Okay. So let's,
Cool.
so we've done just the regular image. We've done, okay. We've done Flux. We've done, so let's go back. Let's try Firefly. Let's go back
Yeah,
and see.
I was thinking of doing that for my next round too, right?
What's that?
Have fun with Firefly a bit too, you know.
Right. The thing with so let me use this as a style reference. And the thing is, it's not, yeah, I'll use this as a style reference. I'll use this as a composition reference. And then let me see what I get. See, Firefly is a little bit different as far as, like, again, as somebody pointed out, they're not going to use your likeness, even though it does say that they won't use your images to train Adobe stock. But, oh, okay. I'm actually pretty, whoops, it's generating again. But let me go back. I am pretty, I like these. Oh, I mean, it doesn't look exactly like me. But let me, and again, I like boards because it's the same. I could hold the space key. I could slide over. But these look pretty, you know, Lord of the Rings-ish, right? Actually, my dog is named Khaleesi. But yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
All right. Yeah. Oh, that's good. The fish is like,
Yeah.
help me.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's a lot of fun playing with them. And again, I really like the presets. It helps you get familiar with a lot of the features. The mashup is really cool, where you could take like actually like 3 or 4 different images, or the closed try-on, so virtual try-on and mashup. Super easy
Sure.
to just find 3 images or 4 images. So a lot of fun playing with those partner models inside boards. And again, this was a real picture in Massachusetts. And then I sat me in a, and I believe when you hover over, you
Oh,
could get to.
I thought you were done. I was switching my.
Yeah, go
view.
ahead. I'm done.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
It's
So yeah,
Friday.
I was saying, yeah, I wanted to, you know, give a little love back to Firefly itself.
Yeah.
So back in my Firefly, starting with Firefly Image 3, you do have the reference area for compositions. So I'm going to choose that. And then me on that bridge again, but this time a different prompt to pick me as a cyber shaman. And then put that in square aspect ratio. And then just hit generate. And then the thing you'll notice immediately is you do get like 4 different variations. So yeah, it's not referencing me so much with a likeness, but it is referencing the bridge, the pose, and it creates these
Very
4.
cool.
And then I can go straight from there, from image 3 to Firefly image 4. So image 4 is a newer model. It's using the same reference image, same text prompt, Cyber Shaman. And then let's see if this one kind of adheres to my features a little bit better. Well, not at all. So
do you have horns, Andrew? Wow.
Do I have what?
I said the image has you, as a bull with horns on your head. The image.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like a demon type of thing.
Mm.
Here's like a wizard one. That's kind of fun though.
I like that.
And then it's weird when it turns me around. Here's weird where it looks like my hands are forward facing.
Forward facing, but your head is doing the 360. Yeah. Well, weird. That's a good Halloween, poltergeist and the head spinning around.
Yeah. And then from there,
we could do a Halloween live.
Yeah, the only thing is I'm just beginning from Max. So I might be pretty wiped out.
Max, so. Yeah.
And then Firefly Image 4 Ultra. So let's see. And that's superior quality and detail using the same image reference. I'm going to pull the strength over to the right using the same Cyber Shaman text prompt, hit generate. And then with the Ultra option, you only get 1 version of it, not 4. So yeah, it kind of changed my face, but still kind of interesting though. And then maybe I'll just hit a generate again just to see. I wish it did kind of pick up your likeness more. In fact, I wish it gave you options when you use a reference image. You could check something that says, do focus on my likeness, or you can uncheck it and it just kind of uses it as a composition reference. That's good. It's kind of weird, kind of arbitrary.
Yeah. Kind of looks like apocalyptic, the end of the world.
No. And let's see.
World settings. Burning in the background.
And then what's another good one from the... Well, while I'm here, go back, Firefly. It's weird. I can't just go back to... I wanted to go back to the main Firefly. Yeah. So real quick, just to wrap things up, maybe I'll go to video and do image to video. Make sure that it is 1080p. Do a portrait. And then let's see, kind of like the VO3, Ray 3. But I'll try VO3. Choose a first frame, which is once again be on the bridge. And then I'm going to say a Cyber Shaman summoning electric fog from the bridge's cables. See, electricity and sparks shoot around. Any other suggestions? I could also go to the, well, it doesn't give you the option to help them auto-generate text prompts. So you're just going to keep adding your own, but here you got to make sure, if you're in video, you don't want the same exact text prompt. You want something that is action orientated. So I'm trying to add more kind of dynamics to it. Electricity and sparks shoot around. Background colors change from blue to purple. Give that a try. So hit generate. I think at the highest resolution is 720p. I wanted vertical, but it's all right. Widescreen. Might switch over. So you get the cute emoji in the middle. Go back to full screen view. So yeah, generating video with VO3 and Adobe Firefly. Creating a cyber shaman. Sometimes these things take a bit of time, even at 720p resolution, which isn't that high. You'll notice that the duration is 8 seconds, so it's a bit
Yeah.
longer than the regular 5 seconds. But I guess while it's doing that, I can just once again review real quick some of the images I worked on today. So Firefly ones, and then the GPT. Oh, it looks like it's here. So this kept my likeliness. Let's see if it transforms into a shaman. It's me smiling while lightning shoots.
Oh, that's
behind.
funny.
Weird.
But it did keep your likeliness.
Yeah, it did. It did a very good job. That's with VO3.
Yeah.
And then if I do Ray 3 and do square, I can do 1080p. Let's see what that does. So I'm choosing square with Ray 3, 1080p, but higher resolution. You get 5 seconds, so it goes back down to 5 seconds instead of 8. You're saying?
No, my dog was chewing his foot.
Oh. And yeah, while it's doing this, can do a quick preview. Let's see. So yeah, that was that last one. Nice comic book style. There's one kind of between the two worlds, photo and comic book style. Let's see. Runway option, Imagen option, another Imagen. That was very different. Yeah. There's the GPT, very weird depiction of my face. And that's Gemini, Flash, Nano, Banana. That is kind of one of my favorites, though. Kind of kept a nice likeliness of me as well as some creativity behind. Yeah. And then strange that it turned me around. Kind of changed the pose there, a little bit more dynamic and very different. Yeah. Yeah. Wide variety of options. Yeah, so this is the last one I'm doing, the Cyber Shaman electric fog from the Bridges cables. So using Ray 3 this time. So let's see how well this does. Yeah, this one was the weirdest kind of change. Imagen. Hopefully it doesn't take too much time.
What I like about VO is you can generate with audio too. So sometimes it does good, sometimes it doesn't. But
yeah, this is the Ray 3 now. But oh, and you've been playing with Sora, right?
I am loving, yes. So I have used Sora in the past to create storyboard videos, because you could create scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4. But ChatGPT, thank you very much for the invite code. ChatGPT just released today a AI cameo app called Sora. And I don't believe the public release is yet, but allows you to use a likeness of yourself and create a prompt. And it is a little scary because it does create you. Yeah.
Well, here I am in the image with Ray 3, and then I just hit there. There it's kind of dancing with the electricity. So download that. But yeah, a lot of fun. with all the different Firefly and all the different partner models in Adobe Firefly and Adobe Firefly boards. So before we go, give a little shout out to the different places you can find us online. So first with Amybeth, you can find her website at learnadobe123.com.
And let me get my
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. I'll put it. Oh, you got it? Oh, that's the old one, Andrew.
Okay. Okay.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, quickly give me in the private chat and I'll update it live for everybody.
Great. It is Amybeth says, put it in the private chat for you. And there you go.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. LinkedIn, go back to banners. And then let me just update that real quick. Amybeth Menendez, All Things Ink on Paper.
Right. Printing.
And so the recording of this will be, I'll put it into the groups, and the recording does come from my YouTube channel. So subscribe for more AI art and digital art focused live streams and tutorials at my YouTube at youtube.com/@TrueCav. That's youtube.com/@TrueCav. Or you could just go to YouTube, do a search for Drew Cav on YouTube. And please follow me on Facebook. They had suspended me for 20 days, 20 long days. And then the good thing is when I got my account back, people started following me, and I went from 6,000, which I was stuck at for like a whole year. I'm now past 7,000 followers. So that's fun, you know. So follow me, Andrew.Kavanagh on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram at drewcav.art. And then in terms of the groups, let's see, you can come join the AI Art and Digital Art group on Facebook, facebook.com/groups, AI Art Digital Art, and the Photoshop and Lightroom group, facebook.com/groups, the Photoshop and Lightroom group. Thanks everyone for being here. Looks like someone's just showing up now. Well, you can watch the recording. So watch the recording.
Oh, right. Because normally, Andrew, you're on at 4, right? We started early today.
Yeah, exactly. Normally we start at 3. So, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you both so much. Always interested to see what you come up with. Amybeth says thank you all. She's in 2 places at once. She's live
live and in chat.
That's right. Thank you very much, says Christelle. That was interesting. I haven't used the boards yet because I didn't understand the purpose. And it was cool to see the difference between the models. Yes. And Abba says, thank you both so much. Yep. And Maria says, thanks. Yep. Thanks, everybody. Do check us out on social, and do check out the groups where we will be updating any live events that were happening, as well as contests. Oh, so I will be going to Adobe Max this year. I wish my friend Amybeth was going, but next year for sure. But what I will do is I will probably set up either in the AI art or the Photoshop and Lightroom group a Halloween contest.
Oh, good.
Should be able to either win, I believe, a year of the Adobe Creative Cloud, or maybe even a BenQ monitor. So yes, thanks everyone for attending. It was quite wonderful, and see you online. Thanks everybody. Oh, and Art's here at the end. Thank you to both of you. And Amybeth will be at Print United Expo in Florida.
Not Florida. I meant to write Florida, but that's in October. October 20th.
Hopefully it's on a Friday in Florida.
Yeah, it's Friday. You know, it's on a Monday, so that's why it's Florida.
Monday, Florida. All right. Well, thanks everyone for attending, and catch us online. Check us in the groups. Thank you all.